Dear viewers and my students, welcome to my channel IELTS. Today, we'll talk about some important topic on IELTS speaking. I mean the basic notes that you need to keep in your mind. And first of all, we need to look at the things you have to remember or keep in mind before we just go for exam. See, there are some points, only 5 points today. How many? Only 5 important tips that I'm going to give you is to make you sure that you are going to have higher score than you desire. I mean, higher than 6 or even 7. The first thing that I'm going to give you is be confident in exam time. So in speaking, what people see, the examinees are not really comfortable at the way they should. What happens to them? They usually get shaken, or sometimes they're not confident the way they should. What happens to them? They will come prepared, they want to say something, but before the examiner, they cannot perform the way they want to. It happens. So being confident is the most important thing that you have to do before you have to go for exam. What you need to do for that is just do something in class, some in your friend circle, sometimes at your home, even sometimes the last break in the office, at work. You can practice and try to have a chance to talk before the people. So that will boost your confidence. Right. So confidence-টা ভালো থাকা খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট। না হলে আপনার এক্সামটা যত ভালো আশা করছেন তা কখনোই আশা করা যায় না। এবং অ্যান্সারগুলো দেবেন কনফিডেন্টলি, যেন আপনি খুব ভালো বুঝছেন এবং অ্যান্সারও করছেন। একটা কথা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ, অনেকেই কিন্তু they don't pay to the exam, what the examiner is saying, and also try to understand what the examiner is not saying. So you have to focus on what examiner is saying and also what the examiner is not saying. So your answer will be somewhat improper or shaped. Okay, so first and foremost, what I said is about being confident. Okay, you have to keep your confidence level up to the mark. Okay, that's the first thing. And going for the next, make proper eye contact. Making proper eye contact is the next step that you have to keep in your mind. I mean, not looking at your feet. Sometimes what people do, or examiners do, they keep on saying or looking at their own feet, or something looking at around the body of the examiner, or somewhere around the corner, somewhere at some desk, where the examiner is keeping his or her hands. Or writing some notes, something like that. So don't look at some other point other than what you're doing, other than at your feet, other than on the body of the examiner. What you need to do is to keep proper eye contact. I mean, look at the examiner and answer properly, not staring at him. Don't stare at the examiner. The examiner will not feel comfortable if you stare at her or him. You understand what I'm saying? It's very important not to stare at. You understand? If you just stare at the examiner, what happens? The examiner feels something like he or she has some problem or something special thing that you are looking at. So you're not letting the examiner feel comfortable or be friendly to ask you the question and pay it to you or listen to you. So this is very important. Looking at around the face of the examiner and answer properly. Okay, not looking at your feet or hand somewhere or being busy somewhere else, or being very straight like that. Be easy going, comfortable, friendly. Just pretty much important in your exam time. And moving on. Looking at the next one is bring intonation. Bring excitement, your throatiness, and your vocal. Don't say like this. For example, if you talk about some issues, some of the points, some of the answer that you are making, and say something the flat note. For example, I like doing, or I do a bit of cooking, like sometime when I'm free. See, it doesn't go well. You have to make your vocal a bit high when it needs, a bit low when it needs. So be somewhere in between high and low or somewhere straight. So don't speak at the same tone or same vocal or the same intonation or the same flat note all the time. That doesn't make sense that you are saying with the whole, something from your inner feeling or something that you are doing wholeheartedly. Right. It doesn't make sense that you are really doing something or saying something from your own. Rather, you may be doing from something your memorized one. So don't make the sense that you are memorizing or you are saying something that you got by heart and just vomiting. Right? Don't do that. So this is very important. Keep intonation, bring excitement in your speech. Yeah. Sports are something you like most. And fascinating. Masses are fascinating. That I like most till what? I have the time mostly just I just do go for some of the masses. See, I'm saying something up and down. It happened. I didn't believe it happened. Right, don't say, I didn't believe that it happened. That is, I didn't believe that it happened. Right, something. It was great. No, don't say, it was great. Don't say, it was fascinating. Say, it was fascinating. Right, like this. And go for next one, which is really very important. Keep track on your right track of vocabulary. Vocabulary is very vital. To be very honest, if you cannot make the right vocabulary, right time, right place, you cannot expect 9 on 9 or something above 7 that. So you need to bring right vocabulary at the right time. We have to use a bit high vocabulary. High level vocabulary means you understand something high level vocabulary. Don't say good, bad, beautiful, nice. That what we can say instead of saying beautiful, what you can say the scenery is captivating. The landscape is really captivating I've ever seen in my life. See what I said instead of saying beautiful, I said captivating. Instead of good, you can say fascinating. Instead of saying something bad, you can say awful. Right. So you have to bring some high level vocabulary. Example, you're saying something a lot of, instead of saying a lot of, you can say numerous, or you can say plenty of. That will give you a sense that you are using high level vocabulary that can make sure that you are good at English. So don't be limited to good, say bad, or nice, beautiful, or something coming, going. So these are the things you can be really very comfortable with, but cannot really give you higher than. So very important to use the right time, right vocabulary, at the right time, at the right place. That's so suitably fit for the particular situation you are talking about. So using high vocabulary, high level vocabulary is very important, and you have to see the kind of vocabulary that will just say in part 1 or part 2 or part 3. So make some notes. Right. You have to keep practicing from there onwards so that you'll be comfortable with the vocabulary and high level vocabulary. And now, the last one that I'm going to give you is expand your answer. This is the answer way of answering, not to elaborate, with a long or too long extent. What you need to do is to say more than two sentences, or at least two sentences. For example, if I ask you to say something, do you like traveling? Then you say, yes, I do. Don't say it like this, or don't say this much. You're showing something, do you like reading books? Yes. Or no, where are you from? You said, Kustia. Oh, I'm from Kustia. It doesn't make sense that you are good or bad. You're not letting the examiner know about their level of English. So you have to speak a bit more so that the examiner will evaluate it better that what level you are in. So don't say too short and too long. Right, that really is bad. So you have to be between 2 and 4 sentences, or at best 3. 3 sentences, I would say, the answer of 3 sentences is fine. For example, if you're asked to say something about your hometown, for example, where are you from? You can say, for example, I'm basically from Kustia, which is 300 kilometers away from the downtown of the city. And my hometown is renowned for some of the reasons. First of all, blah blah blah. Secondly, blah blah blah. Okay, keep this much. Don't say so many things in a single answer. That will distract the attention of the examiner. So keep your answer within 2 and 4. Between 2 and 4 sentences. That's how you have to expand. Don't say this is good or bad. It's fine. Okay. Yes. No. Something like that. Expand your answer. Don't expect too much, not too short. So neither too short nor too long. You have to be somewhat in between. That's how you can make your score higher than 7 or even 8. So these are the 5 tips you have to keep in mind before you go for IELTS speaking test. So that's all I'm here for today. Thank you, and see you in the next episode that will come. Thank you very much.